Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmat Acharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya Sarvadharmaswarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te Namaha. Harihi Om. Today is the all auspicious Guru Purnima day. Our nation, India, is basically a land of great many traditions. One of the peculiarities of our race is, in most respects, we are very traditional. Even with the most unorthodox, or even with the most commonest of persons, somewhere we can find in them a tint of tradition lingering around. Another wonderful fact is, every one of these traditions of this soil is unusually evolved and involved with someone or the other who are considered to be the enlightened person or persons referred to as gurus. Again, all these enlightened teachers or gurus have certain common features. They love the heritage of this nation. They appreciate the simple ways of its people, and they believe in sharing their wisdom in whatsoever possible manner to whomsoever come to them. Guru Purnima celebration is a great occasion associated and dedicated to these wonderful teachers whom the India respects as its gurus. It is the Ashada Purnima day, the auspicious full moon day of the Hindu month Ashada, that is being celebrated here as the Guru Purnima. From the very ancient times, the Ashada Purnami has been observed as the birthday of Maharshi Sri Vedavyasa, who is regarded as the first and foremost of gurus. Sri Vedavyasa was not only believed to have been born on this day, but he also said to have finished or completed the writing of one of his greatest works, a great book, his commentary to the great spiritual text known as the Brahma Sutra Bhashya, on this very day. Brahma Sutras are one of the three canons or the foundation scriptures of Hinduism, the other two being the Upanishads and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Such an association of this Paurnami with Maharshi Vedavyasa later was also extended to all other gurus who would otherwise not be celebrating their own birthdays. In India, most of the gurus, whether spiritual or otherwise, never revealed any of their personal details for strange reasons. They believed that their lives were meant to be spent for good of the world without boosting any personal ego traits. For that matter, the birthdays of a majority of gurus of the past and the present are not revealed or celebrated even to this day, leaving aside a few of them of recent times. From such perspectives, and in consideration of those humble and noble gurus who do not celebrate their birthdays, it is befitting that this day is devoted to them and is celebrated as their birthdays as the Guru Purnima day. India has conceived such a lofty idea hundreds of years ago, and its splendor is carried out even to this day. People these days celebrate the Children's Day, the Mother's Day, and very many such other days. Guru Purnima is also celebrated in a similar fashion, but in a much more profound manner. Guru Purnima is one unique festival that is observed by all religious communities of India, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Jains, all of them. It is celebrated not only in reverence and respect of one's chosen spiritual preceptor, but also in respect of even all academic and non-academic teachers, to express one's love and gratitude to them, considering them to be the bestower of wisdom and blessings to the welfare of the world and its humanity. Students of Indian classical dance and Indian classical music, who also follow the Guru Shishya Parampara, observe this Guru Purnima with great reverence. It's a very auspicious day for the beginning of any new sadhana or practice. For those who are already engaged in their sadhanas, it's a day to devote wholly for intense practices. And for those who intend to follow yoga and other such learnings, for them too, this is a day to commence their practice. Guru Purnima is marked with the ritualistic veneration of gurus, seeking their blessings for learning, both spiritual and otherwise. In the Indian languages, we have several words like Adhyapaka, Upadhyaya, Shikshaka, etc., which also implies and can be applied to refer a teacher or a preceptor. But the connotation of the word Guru is much more wider and greater than all of them. That is why precisely the word Guru comes to our mind as the most appropriate one when we remember an ultimate teacher. That's the word comes to our mind. By the word Guru, we visualize a teacher of the highest type, an original thinker, an overall mentor and perfectionist, and above all, a thoroughly experienced spiritual person. Now let us look into the word Guru. What does the word Guru mean? Guru is a Sanskrit word derived from two alphabetical roots, G for Gu and R for Ru. In Sanskrit, every word is derived from a root or what is called as a dhatu. The root G for Gu means darkness or ignorance. Guru shabdastvantakara syat. Guru shabdastvantakara syat. The sound Gu indicates darkness, or which means ignorance. Ru shabda stan nirodhakah. Ru shabda stan nirodhakah. And the Ru sound denotes the remover of that darkness or the remover of that ignorance. Antakara nirodhitvat gurustad abhidiyate. Anthakara nirodhitvat gururityabhidiyate. Therefore, the word Guru implies the remover of darkness or the remover of ignorance. That is the Guru. The importance of the word Guru is also mentioned in another verse. Gurutvat sarvadhikyat guruhu. Gurutvat sarvadhikyat guruhu. That is, one is called a Guru because he excels in every way. He is a preeminent person among the teachers. And again, Guhyan Arthan Rauti Goshatiti Guruhu. Guhyan Arthan Rauti Goshatiti Guruhu. That is, he who spells out and teaches the hidden meanings of scriptures. That is Guhyan Arthan. That's why he is called a Guru. That is to say, he is not just a narrator of books. He is a thinker. He understands and visualizes the import of every knowledge that he imparts to his disciples. He is an Acharya of perfection. He practices what he preaches. Such an Acharya alone is called the Guru. Now, Guru and Acharya, they are two words that stand out in our tradition. Nowhere else in the world we can see such words used as synonym to a teacher. The very utterances of these words, Guru and Acharya, bring in a respect in our minds. That is the association what these two words carry. Even in a situation when one is unable to follow what he preaches, when it is inconvenient to follow what is being preached, an Acharya is someone who follows it even then in verbatim. That's the meaning of Acharya. Acharya word explains, Na acharanti avastha api swayam acharati iti acharyaha. Na acharanti avasthatapi swayam acharati iti acharyaha. That is the word meaning. And the derivatory meaning of the word Guru is, if it is in the way that we are going to derive in grammar, it is said that Gunan Rundayiti Prokto Guru Shabdasya Vigraha. Gunan Rundayiti Prokto Guru Shabdasya Vigraha. That Gunan, that is the gunas, he who checks it, he who checks these tendencies of the binding of gunas, is the derivatory meaning of the word Guru. According to the human tendencies, every individual is endowed with three qualities, three gunas it is called, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. These are the three qualities present in every individual. India has studied the personality with their gunas keeping in mind. The word Sattva, one of the gunas, in the context of behavior means purity filled with righteousness. It is associated with all lofty tendencies. The word Rajas is related to passion and its related attachments. Aggression, arrogance, etc. are related to the rajas. The word tamas means lack of awareness or understanding, and it is associated with the tendencies that brings out one's fear of physical discomfort and its related laziness. Rajas is the in-between quality of sattva and tamas, and therefore it has the mixed tendencies of both of them. This guna or quality is considered to be the most binding one, that is the rajasic quality among these three gunas. Checking of gunas here thus refers to the checking of the rajas. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, while mentioning about the rajas or rajas guna, speaks about its passion, which is said to make a person a vimudha atma, a deluded, lost soul. That was he meant. If one is deluded or deceived by false beliefs or false notions, one cannot be foresighted and farsighted in his life. Those who are religious and those who are inclined more towards spirituality, especially those who want to lead a higher spiritual life, for them, controlling the rajasic qualities, controlling the rajas under a guru's guidance is considered a must. That's how the guru word is associated, and the disciple of a higher spiritual order regard the guru as Brahman or Ishvara or God itself. For them, Guru is their real father, real mother, real friend and real guide in one. They understand the greatness of Guru and consider the grace of the Guru as indispensable for their spiritual progress. Being the birthday of Maharshi Sri Vedavyasa, Ashara Purnima or Guru Purnima is also the Vyasa Puja day. Maharshi Vyasa is considered to be one of the Chiranjeevis or one of the eternal beings. He is considered as an incarnation of Lord Mahavishnu. So he is worshipped on this day along with the other Brahma Vidya gurus. And after the worship of those gurus, the sadhakas or the disciples or the devotees also feed the sadhus and mahatmas, together the people who have gathered to celebrate the occasion of the Guru Purnima. The disciples usually observe what is known as a vrita and try to live on milk and fruits on this particular day. The Hindu ascetics and monks, saints and sannyasins observe the Guru Purnima day by offering puja to their respective gurus and begin to observe their Chaturmasya Vrita. Now, Chaturmasya Vrita, you may be knowing, it is the 4 months of intense spiritual practice, and it is observed by all the traditional sannyasins of India. With utmost shraddha and earnestness, they go to one place and stay there and continue their practices on all these 4 months. For them, these months are very auspicious for their intense sadhana. It's being the rainy season. During this period, they stay in the one particular place for 4 months and mostly observe mauna or keep themselves away from all verbal communication. They practice what is known as anushtana or purashcharana, we call it. That is the following of study in the traditional manner, the Vedantic scriptures, especially the Brahma Sutras, etc., and do intense japa of their Guru mantra or Ishta mantra at least a few lakh times every day. Not a little, a huge number they do. They consider that every practice during this Chaturmasya Vrita time is highly beneficial in their spiritual life. Even the lay devotees practice japa and dhyana rigorously and intensely on the Guru Purnima day, that is today. The Shruti, the Upanishads, the highest authority of Hindu scriptures, states, to that high-souled aspirant whose devotion to the Lord is great and whose devotion to his Guru is as great as to the Lord, the secrets explained here in the scriptures become revealed. That is the parampara that we follow. The devotion to the Guru is of great importance. Now, it is argued by some that there is a sort of a teacher or guide within every one of us. They say, when we can learn things by ourselves, why we need an external Guru? On the same value of the coin, they can be asked in return, if it is so, why do we need teachers and schools? Why we need lectures and professors? And why do we even need colleges and universities? Why should we have an educational system at all? Yes, to a certain degree, some psychic phenomenon in the form of a Guru is inside all of us. In some sense, but not literally. There are a lot of difficulties associated with understanding most things by oneself, especially when the subject is related to the ultimate problems of life. It's very difficult. Especially spiritual life requires guidance, clear instructions. Every sadhana and sadhaka needs some ultimate amount of guidance from somebody who is an expert in it. If one is a seeker, guidance is a must. Only someone who is accomplished in the field, only he can understand the inside and out of things. Of course, if one who is self-illumined, he needs no Guru. In that case, he does not even require any learning or practice. Otherwise, every one of the spiritual aspirant in the beginning needs guidance from someone who is a competent teacher, the Guru. These are the days of free thinking and doing things without any guidance. But it would be disastrous if this theory is going to be applied uniformly to every human aspiration. It would prove worst, especially when it is applied to one's spiritual life. Psychologically, free thinking is related to certain erratic movement of mind. Free thinking, psychologists themselves say, must not be mistaken for freedom of the mental activity, for freedom at the mental level. Studies have proved that free thinking without moral stability can jeopardize one's social existence. One may become slowly even a rebel in the society. Doubts about a guru's competence is another common dilemma with most people, especially with new aspirants. This is a difficulty mentioned even by Patanjali in one of his sutras, in the Yoga Sutras. Doubt is a very terrible problem of the mind, which many seekers cannot transcend. Certain doubts are very common with the spiritual practitioners, like doubt number 1. Perhaps this teacher is not the right one for me. Doubt number 2. Maybe I'm not the proper person to venture into a spiritual life. Doubt 3. I'm not yet fit to think about having a guru. In certain disparate conditions, such doubts arising in one's mind is not uncommon. At times, one may even be doubtful about the very existence of God. Haven't you seen people cursing God when they are surrounded by great difficulties and problems of life? They curse God. Haven't you heard people telling, believing God is useless? Haven't you listened them telling, if he can't understand and remove my problems, why I need to believe in him? Why I need such a compassionless God? You may even see some sadhakas who have given up their spiritual practices under such conditions. Why do such things occur? Such conditions are the result of mental doubts. Patanjali observes such conditions of the human mind and ascribe it to the inefficient training and lack of proper guidance from a guru. You should have heard and read about the age-old Indian system called Gurukula Vasa. Gurukula Vasa means learning while living with one's guru. It still exists in a few places in India, but not so very prevalent in most parts. Many people believe that the present day hostel facility in schools and colleges are something very similar to that of the Gurukula Vasa of olden times. Some may even think that the facility that of an international school with all amenities is far more advanced a system than the Gurukula system of the past. In some ways, maybe yes. It's better from the technology perspective, but not anywhere near to a Gurukula in its methodology of imparting life sciences. Life sciences are very important in life. A Gurukula of olden times used to be run exclusively under the expertise of a guru. He used to be assisted in his work by his senior disciples or other saints. But why such a system is considered different? It is different because living in proximity with the disciple, a guru would know every little detail of the mind of the student. He would teach the disciple things based on his assertion of observation. He would impart what are appropriate to every one of his students. In such a system, every adverse effect would also be remedied with the Guru's experience and expertise. Today, without such expertise, every problem seems to be new. Even a small effort is noted and magnified, and the system gets rattled if the proper remedial measure is not at sight. Such things never happened in a Gurukula. Now let us ponder on the qualification expected from a Guru. As per the Vedic tradition, a Guru should be well versed in scriptures. He should be free from all blemishness, free from all desires, and he should be so devoted that his mind is always fixed on God. He is filled with compassion and always willing to help others without expecting anything in return. That is the mindset of a Guru. Scriptures also give us the description of a disciple meeting the Guru. We find it in the Upanishads. It is truly vivid and valid. The disciple approaches the Guru with a bundle of twigs in hand. I shall explain what those twigs means later. And with utmost humility and sincerity, he prays to Guru that he may be instructed in ways and means towards a glorious life. Then ultimately, he be guided towards the attainment of the spiritual fulfillment. The Guru is a realized soul. He appreciates the earnestness of such a seeker, and with utmost love and benevolence, he welcomes the youngster to his abode, and thus begins a new journey of a newcomer in a Gurukula. To a disciple, humility and obedience to the teacher are the foremost requisites. Scriptures prescribe such rules in order to imbibe in the disciples their duty to the preceptor, their duty to the system, and their duty to the society. One has to be vigilant. One has to be service-minded and ever careful not to offend his fellow beings. He has to regard his Guru not only as a preceptor, but also as one's own father and mentor. Human instincts are vitally connected with the mind. However much we may argue intellectually, however much we may convince ourselves about the truth of things, finally it is our feelings which will decide how a thing should be dealt with. Human instincts are very strong. As those instincts are connected to the mind, along and besides any academic or intellectual education, vital education of life sciences, vital education to mind is a must. It is this vital education that a guru can impart, probably only a guru can impart, and it used to be happening in that ancient system of Gurukula Vasa. Guru is not merely a teacher, he is also a parent who has the welfare of his disciples utmost in his mind. Such gurus greatly affect the minds and lives of their disciples, resulting great changes in their outlook of life. The disciples with such faith and changed outlook become different persons altogether. And when they come out of the system of the Gurukula to the world outside, they are far ahead of even the most perfect persons around them. The Guru is not just another teacher. He is an exceptional master who communicates, reaching into the inner core of his disciple. When a true master speaks, he speaks with authority. When he teaches, he makes an immediate impact on the minds of his disciples. The edge is in that one-to-one communication. It would look as if they have an unusual accountability to each other, a mutual agreement of ideas and ideologies, a special sort of bond of understanding. The disciple seems to surrender himself to the teacher wholly and solely, and the teacher in turn seems taking up the responsibility of the welfare of the soul of the student, not merely by his intellect but by his intent. Therefore, the influence of an ultimate teacher or a guru on the life of a student is very important. The care and learning in such a system is one thing. The benefit and the influence of the system itself is another. And the third one is the serene and gentle atmosphere. And the fourth, the most important one, the knowledgeable, the loving and sincere and earnest presence of the Guru around. That is something wonderful, a wonderful amalgam happening in Gurukula. A disciple should be utmost honest to oneself, honest to himself. Many times, one cannot reveal one's heart to a guru because of lack of honesty, because of diffidence, and at times because of one's shame. Before a master mind, one cannot hide one's weaknesses. Some sort of a psychological fear takes upon, and the disciple feels ashamed. Mostly, it is certain social condition that is causing this shame. Before the unconditional love of the Guru, the best thing is to strip off one's mind, to open up one's heart wholly. There should not be any hesitation or reservation whatsoever for that. Believe that the Guru is not a stranger. He is someone closer in every sense of the term. He is someone who has risen over his individuality to a great extent. He can comprehend every kind of psychological repercussions, and he is capable of handling every problem of his disciples. He himself in past had passed through all such stages before becoming what he is today. Our misconceptions cannot be removed by merely studying books. Books cannot speak to us, nor they can answer our vital questions. And then the knowledge coming through media, no doubt they look great, but they are like dead knowledge. They cannot make a seeker reach out the truth. The questions that arise from our heart day by day or almost every day need to be addressed, need to be answered. So the need of a teacher or a guru cannot be brushed aside. And no one should be under the impression that one can stand on one's own legs, especially in the path to spiritual fulfillment. That does not happen. That doesn't happen unless one is blessed by a master or a guru. The maxim of Upanishads, which I referred earlier, the marching of the aspirant to a guru with a bundle of twigs in hand, referred to as Samitpani. Seeking instructions from guru needs to be understood in the right manner. What does that journey of disciple to guru indicate? The disciple, having approached the guru, prays, "O adorable master, let this bundle of sins and worldly vasanas of the influences of karma," that is the twigs he has been carrying. Let this bundle of sins and worldly vasanas of the influences of karma, let these be burned in the fire of wisdom through thy grace. Let the divine flame grow in me. Let me attain the highest of illumination. Make me realize the self-effulgent Atman. Let my senses, mind, prana, and ego be given as oblation in the fire of wisdom. Let me be blessed to shine as the light of lights. That is the prayer, the ultimate prayer. This is the wonder idea of that approach of the Shishya to Guru that conveys. The blessings of the Guru in Hinduism is regarded as the divine grace itself. And once when the Guru is satisfied and the mind of the student has been purified sufficiently, then alone he introduces the disciple into the method of meditation. Remember, only thereafter the meditational aspect begins. And as the disciple sinks into meditation, his concept of reality changes. The disciple's mind expands and expands. It improves itself, and as he progresses, he moves onward and towards the higher and higher goals of spiritual fulfillment. This is how one's upasana gradually gets intensified. That highly exalted soul, the Brahmanishta Guru, one who is endowed with the wisdom of Brahman, for whom there exists no other world, when he comes down from his exalted state to teach the disciples, no ignorance can stand on his way, no hindrance can occur and en route. Upanishads are very liberal about Guru's grace. Guru's grace can remove the veil of ignorance of the disciple. When such a grace penetrates into the heart of the disciple, it is said to arouse what is known as the Brahmakara Vritti mentioned in the yoga. It is to realize this great end that our ancient Indian tradition had interwoven and blended into the fabric of our social life, the culture of the Guru Shishya Sampradaya. That's how the master and disciple communication existed and should exist. It is a wonderful one-to-one world. It's a wonderful dimension of spiritual fulfillment that takes place through a different sort of communication. That is the beauty of the world of Guru and disciple. It is this ideology that we should try to catch up with when we are celebrating Guru Purnima. The blessings of all the eminent Gurus of past and present should shield our minds under all circumstances and awaken our sleeping souls to a higher and nobler regions, wherein we may enshine peace and blessedness of spirituality forever. That should be the blessings of the day. May all of us be blessed by the grace of all great Gurus. May we be blessed now and ever. Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurin militam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat.